Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am here with another walkthrough. Wait, is there something on my cloth? Ooh, girl, what is that? Ooh. Um, to the Blood Moon Tarot. I mean, you already know with the title. It's girl, it's there. It's there. You know, why do I gotta say it? But I mean, kind of gotta say it. By Sam Guay. This was highly anticipated. More than necessary, I would say, by some people. But yeah, but I'm super happy with this deck. I have yet to do my typical, introduction. What do you think the tarot is? Interview spread that I do with all my decks. But I think I'll do that after this. I think. Yeah, I'll do that after this in private because I don't know. Doing it in I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I got to do it myself. But anyway, so this is by Sam Guay. She is an artist. She's here on YouTube. I'm gonna post links to her website, her Instagram, her Patreon, everything you need. It's gonna be all in the links down in the description down below. I'm not sure when this deck will be available. I think soon. She's working on the international orders for the pledge managers, the Kickstarters, and all the pre-orders from there. So as you can see here, the background. I should iron it out, but I don't want to iron it because I'm afraid I'll damage it. I need to look up how to iron it. I need to safely. I need to probably message her or like ask her something. I think she made a post. Whatever. That's not important. But point is, look at how gorgeous it is. Look at that. I'm using this as my background for like the rest of my channel, So yeah, I also got a print with it, and I got a backup deck for it as well because I really wanted to support her, So yeah, it opens like this. Love it, love it. Lubanco. Do you see this? Lubanco Tarot? Do you see that? Huh? I'm just kidding. I'm just giving Lubanco Tarot a hard time. Let me see. It comes with the ribbon so you can pull it out. Mine accidentally came with an extra card. Thankfully, no other card was missing. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, and then here's, a little title card, little advertisement card. So yeah, very, very beautiful. And that's the backs. Let's close that though. Magnetic closure. Yes. I wish it was just a little bit bigger. I'm not sure if you caught that, but the cards are like just barely like at the tip of it, and it's like I would have liked a little bit of security because all you need is one card out of it, and then like you drop your box, and then you close the lid on it, and it bends the card, and then your card is damaged. I like to take care of my cards, all right, but whatever, Here we have the backs. The backs were going to be changed. Because she wanted to have the gold on the backs, but she decided to go. She decided, but a lot of the people were like, "No, it's fine. I actually like the backs." I was fine with either or, but I really do love these. How beautiful, like how detailed it is. How it looks like a back. I'm as much as I don't care. I don't really care for backs, but it's like, and like backs like these, they're okay. They get the job done, whatever. But I do like a back that shows like that's full. That's why I like Majestic Earth backs, the back of the Majestic Earth, or the Tabula Mundi tarot. Like, look at her. I like a full back. I like my back to show stuff, and this one really, does that. It does stand out. So yeah. It's gilded in gold. There is another edition that came in a tuck box for certain people that ordered at that tier. But I think there's only going to be the magnetic closed box from now on. I'm not sure if there's going to be more tuck boxes. I don't know, maybe for a more affordable option for people. The gilding, I will say I am sadly disappointed in. This... I have a live stream. I did a live stream where I unboxed this, and I've had it for that time, and I've shuffled it here and there, and I've shuffled it like because I shuffle offhand, and this is what it comes to, So you guys might be saying, Zach, don't be riffle shuffling your deck. I'm like, I will shuffle my decks how I can, but I'm also gonna show you, honey. Okay. a deck I paid the same amount for, and I've had for I've shuffled quite a bit. Like, I use her a lot. Majestic Earth, case in point. You know? Look at her. She's worn, but you can't see white. She has a few dings here and there. You know, on the corners, I think I like corners, that's the typical thing. You know, the gilding doesn't seem to stick forever on corners. But, you know, which do you think I've had longer, huh? So, yeah, that right there. That a little bit of a letdown there in my book. But, you know what? Nobody's perfect. And here's the thing. I think when she runs out of stock and she goes to the printers again, hopefully she can find a different printer, or she can hopefully talk to the printers about this and find better gilding. Unless my copy actually has weaker gilding. I know that might be a thing, you know. So yeah, like the bottoms don't look so bad, but you can see it right here. You know, but this is just ooh. But anyways, enough of that. There is one more little like thing that I was like, I kind of wish that was different here. And trust me, we'll get to the cards. You can fast forward if you want. You know, I think from here you can fast forward, you know. But one thing that I do wish, and actually now that I'm getting used to it, is that the cards are pretty dark. And I wish I was able to like see a little bit more of the details, but I think that might be because I've seen so many of the images of the cards on a screen. So the screen, it's literally emitting light, so things naturally look a little bit brighter than they do than on printed cards. So that might be why I'm looking at it on my screen and it looks like much brighter than what it is in person. Like, it's, yeah, I'm not sure how to best describe it, but to me, in my eyes, currently right now, it looks dark, but it's not like I'm missing any details. I think my eyes just need to get used to it. Another thing is borders. I love these borders. Let me just say that. I would like a borderless version of these cards. I think that would look nice. But if you're gonna put a border, people, like, take note. Take note. Look at that. It's not plain. It's not a solid cut. Look at that. Look at her. Look at her. She's like, are you talking shit about me? Yeah, I am. But your borders. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You see? That's how you do it. Here you can see it better here with the magician. You know? I love that. I love that. So yeah. What was another thing? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what else I was gonna say. But yeah. Oh, right. There is a guidebook for this deck, and I think the guidebook, if you are a beginner to tarot, I think the guidebook is really good. And I think if you are a Rider-Waite-Smith lover, and you want to get a good grasp as to like, why did she depict the cards like this? Definitely get the book when it comes out. Hopefully that is out soon. Keep an eye on her website. Sign up for her newsletter. Again, links will be in the description down below. I got early access to the PDF of the guidebook. I don't know. I thought people could get it, but I guess not. But yeah, I downloaded it. I read through it. It's wonderful. It's a good read. It's not anything too deep, but she explains her art and she explains her depictions perfectly, especially for this card, the Chariot. You're like, huh? Now I get it. I after reading, I'm like, okay, I see why. So well done, so well written, and it's like I thought like, it's like I get it. Some people aren't writers, but it's like, okay, at least explain why you decided to draw it. Like here's another card that I'm like, okay, maybe she could have done with a little bit more like brighter. On my screen, it looks amazing. It looks perfect on my screen. But I'm looking at it in person and it's like, ooh, it's a little duller. So remember, just a little heads up, a disclaimer. What you see on camera is definitely brighter than what you get in real life. Just a little heads up there. And also this Justice card, I loved the explanation of this Justice card. It's amazing. It just made perfect sense. She's talking about how the vulture and the eagle are essentially ourselves being two tough on ourselves, being, too judgmental on ourselves, I guess, being too harsh on our own hearts, and she says, and she talks about this heart, and she talks about, I believe, a dream that she had, and the small heart that she had with it, in this dream, so well. Like, yeah, her work, I believe, is highly influenced by dreams that she had, and I believe she's currently doing something with Light Gray Art Labs. Light Gray Art Labs are the creators of the Cosmos Tarot and Oracle. They also made the Light Gray Tarot. They collaborative, tarot creation. Wait, did Sam Guay make a card for Light Gray? Hold on, let me check something. Let me see something. Okay, for a split second I had to go through my cards and I was like, did she? No, she didn't. I thought she made a card for the Cosmos Tarot, but no, she did not. Maybe for the Light Gray, I don't know. Point is, she's now doing this tarot project with Light Gray Art Labs. I think it's for dream work and the tarot. I believe. I could be wrong. I could be mistaken. Again, I'll put a link in there. But yeah, it's a well done die. I think she just needed to brighten up, or maybe it's the matte finish. That I don't know why. I'm looking at it in real life and I'm like, girl, and I'm looking at it on my screen and I'm like, girl. Anyways. So yeah, very, very beautiful. And again, at first, it's usually decks are beautifully illustrated and they don't really have much to tarot substance in them. But here, she knows her shit. She definitely knew what she was doing. She knew what she was going for. All around, there isn't a card that I feel like I was let down on or disappointed with as a whole. And I feel like it's a good succinct. She keeps up the pace throughout the whole deck. So yeah, look at this world card. Again, I can see it clearly. I think that's what it is. It's just that I don't know what it is with because this card is so dark, but it looks fine on my screen. I don't know how to describe it. So yeah, now we're going to the Minor Arcana. And so what she did with the Minor Arcana, she took a page out of James R. Eads' notebook, and she definitely said, let's combine it and make it one big suit. But instead of one solid panorama, she went with, I believe, 2 rows of 5. So it's ace to 5 and then 6 to 10. And then at the top, she put the 4 court cards with the page and the knight, and then the queen and then the king. And then there's a space in the middle, which to me, I think that was a missed opportunity where she could have put a 5th court card, thought of something, I don't know, but that's just me. She also gives the court cards. I love how she did this with the court cards, but we'll get to it. Let me keep showing you. So here you can definitely take a step back from the Rider-Waite-Smith showingness things. It's definitely more. Here this is pretty much Rider-Waite-Smith to me. But here it's definitely a different form of conflict, and you see the snakes are what's conflicting, but you see her and you take it as an inner conflict or a conflict or within herself of something of drives and passions and things that she, because skins here is fire and it's wands, by the way. So that's another thing I should note. She does change the suits. And so the skins, or the wands, or the fire here, has mushrooms in it as well. And I think also she's doing a little Mayshroom, mushroom themed, series right now online. I'm not sure what all that's about, but you know what? Hey, she loves her mushrooms. What can I say? I think this is the only card without that many mushrooms. So you can see here that this is supposed to go that is, the snake is peeking through right here. And it's supposed to connect like that, Sort of like that, kind of. I don't know if you can see. I'm not sure if I'm showing that right. But also you can see at the top here on the 8, this, I believe, above is the empty space, if I'm not mistaken. No, I think it's the 7 that has the empty space. I don't know. You'll have to see. So yeah, look at that. I love this. And this also reminds me of the White Newman tarot with the woman with all the snakes on her clothes. Or like there's quite a few of them like that. So yeah, here we have the Ten of Skins, you know, weighing down all these heavy mushrooms and these snakes on top, bearing down on the shoulders and neck and the head of this person here. Here we have the Page. Ooh, I think this might trigger some, like, I believe it's trypophobia, where it's like you get uncomfortable by seeing things on like holes, little holes with like something inside of them, particularly like on skin. It's like that right there. It's like, ooh, makes your skin itch. You know, the skin reaction just by seeing something. Interesting. Anyways, we have the Knight. Oh, right. I was going to say, she has a set of keywords for each of the court cards. So the Pages are curiosity. Hello. The Knights are expansion. The Queens, I believe, are self-mastery. And the Kings are community, I believe. Which I'm like, okay, Sam, calm down. But I love this King of Wands. This is by far one of my favorite King of Wands. That and the Lubanco King of Wands. Okay, because, yeah. Ace of Songs. And so songs are now cups and water. I always like to think of that, like, the idea of, like, the emotional impact that music has on us and how it moves us. And so here, what I found was that the colors are so much, like, similar in the songs and dreams suits, and I was kind of looking at it and I was like, you know what, it's like and she puts the dreams first, but I moved it around. I put it how the Golden Dawn does it, you know, fire, water now, and then air, and then earth. And looking at it, I was like, songs and dreams are very like internal, you know, but they, of course, songs can also be externalized, but for the most part, I feel like songs have their strongest impact internally to ourselves, and then it's like reacted upon physically. And so the wands as skin is like that outside, you know, the outside, you know, the physical self. And then we have the songs and the dreams being internal. And then the last suit, honey, which is earth, is the things that we produce, and it's the material aspect here. Now, here, we see some reversals here. Look at that. Look at that. Now, I feel like she changed this card. I need to check that. But I'll put in the description and be like, wait, I think she changed it. But I don't think so. Here we have the 9. Reminds me of the Ma'at tarot and the Journey into Egypt tarot with the shell, like kind of how they're all, but that's the 9 of coins, I believe, that she has there. We have the 10 of songs with the heart and the hands, and we're going to see these hands again in other cards as well. Here we have the Page. Again, that curiosity of songs. Then we have the Knight, the expansion of songs. Do you guys hear that bird out there? Then we have the Queen of Songs, the self-mastery of songs. And then we have the King of Songs, community of songs. I feel like community and self-mastery would be switched, but I feel like with the King being like the leader, being viewed as the leader of the masses, I guess you could say, would match better with community, I guess. You know, here we have the Ace of Dreams. And here we're getting into like, it's, she could have gone easily within the world of nightmares, you know, with all these horrifying beasts. But here, again, we love to see a nice 3 of swords here, 3 of air, that doesn't show a heart being stabbed. It's like, we love to see it. Here we have the 4 of dreams, very much like embodying the Hanged Man. But it's very interesting, you know, seeing how like Hanged Man is associated to water. But here with air, I was recently, when I worked through Mary K. Greer's Tarot for Yourself, I found that the Hanged Man was very much like airy and misty to me. So I'm like, 4 of swords like that. I was like, okay, interesting. But anyways, here we have the hands again, like I said. And the 7 of dreams. Look at her with that hat. Ooh. I'm looking at all the outfits as well in this deck, and I was like, Someone should make these reality. Someone should make, like, let me find it. It's like the Six of Wands, I believe. Yeah. What else? There's a few other ones. I'm like someone make this poncho hoodie thing. I would like to see it. Also this, the Ten of Dreams. I love it. And again, Page of Dreams, the curiosity of dreams. The expansion of dreams. Her take on the night is very interesting. I was like, what's she doing here with this? I'm just hyping up and teasing the book at this point. Here we have the Queen with her dress of eyes. Again, fashion designers' wishes, you know? And then we're going to the Ace of Honey. What a beautiful Ace of Pentacles there. With the pomegranate dripping. She's dripping, you know? Here I have the two. And I believe the bees represent the suit symbol. I believe. I could be wrong. I don't know if there's 3 bees in here. Yeah, they're on their foreheads, but I mean, you have the 3 of honey there, you know? We have the 4 of honey. I believe I think there's only 4 bees, yeah, here. Then the 5 with the eaten away fruit. Then the 6. Don't do it, Persephone. Then we have the 7 of honey. Well, in the end, she does get a loyal husband. Let's see, we have the 7 of honey. Patient sleeping, I guess you could say. The flowers are just about to bloom. The 8 of honey. What I do wish is that she kind of went for the Arabic numbers on here. For some reason, I'm looking at, like, I don't know why, but, you know, like I feel like I'm experiencing some dyslexia with these numbers. Like I'm looking at the 6s and they look like 4s to me. But then I remember I'm like, wait a minute, no, I before V with the 4s, you know? Like here, like 9, you know? It's like, well, I didn't really see it. I was like, this is obviously not 11, but some reason with the 4s and the 6s in this, it looks like they look switched. But anyways, here we have I love that she uses the smoke here, you know, to calm down and relax the bees, so she can harvest the honey, or to tend to the hives. She's the beekeeper. We have the 10 of honey. Look at that. Look at that. I wonder, do all the 10s have skulls? I don't think so. No, this one doesn't have a skull. And then I don't think the 10 of cups did. No, it has a heart. Yeah, it's just a heart, but I do know that the 10 of dreams is like full-on skull. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. We'll come to those later. Let me put these back. Hold on. Putting them back. I'll be quick, I promise. There we go. Okay, back to the cards. Whoop. Page of honey. And you can see like the honey just like flowing and floating around her. Interesting take to have the honey like that. Are those supposed to be like seed pods? Yeah, with like barely sprouting seeds all coming out. I love that. Also, we have the Knight of Honey here. I like the giant shield that he has. Again, I wish these were like fuller borderless, you know, so that there wasn't so much cropping of the full card, so that each card could have its full imagery, because I feel like, yeah, you get some cutoff here on this one. And so you see how the shield is cut off. It's like if only they're able to each have their whole complete art with each other, you know, as they are, you know, to make it look nice. Because I do love, I love it when a Knight of Pentacles has a nice big shield for some reason. We have the Queen of Honey here. Love her. And the King of Honey giving me like Green Man vibes, but here he's like Midas Green Man, you know? Yeah, with the giant tree. I'm not sure if the tree actually shows. Let me check something. Let me see. I believe the 10 has the tree. Yeah, I believe the 10 is the tree. right below the king. Yeah. Again, like, I think it does need to be borderless. But I don't want to, like, be like, I'm not gonna get it because it's border. I'm like, because I love these borders either way. I think the cards need to be, the images need to be brightened up just a little bit, and it needs to, and I think the cards need to be bigger. I think the cards need to be a little bit bigger, kind of like I mentioned it in the live stream I did when I unboxed it. I think the cards need to be resized, much like Brady Tarot was. I will say the cardstock is lovely. Well done. Well done. I'm not afraid to riffle shuffle this, you know, other than, like, you know, ouchie on the gilding, but you know what? It's gilding. Like, how bad can it be? You know, it's gonna get worn out anyways, but again, I wish it would have worn out in like a few months, a year from use, rather than from under a week. But you know what? Sometimes we can't have everything, and you know what? It speaks for itself. So now I'm gonna try and shuffle and try and even out the wear and tear, so it's not just one line in one place. But you can tell where I shuffle on my cards. Let's see, let's do a 3 card just to show you what it looks like. Y'all comment down below what you guys think these 3 cards are. Oh! No jumpers in my house. I will not tolerate that. And of course the Hanged Man. The bottom of the deck. Oh, we have the King of Wands. Are these cards smaller than standard tarot? Let me check. Where's my tarot card? Where's the tarot card? Let me see a tarot card. Give me a tarot card. Give me a card here. There we go. This one right here. Here's the average. I think they are tarot size. Ah, just a little bit smaller. Little bit smaller. I'm not sure what deck is like at this exact size. It's so small though, but it's small. I will say that. So yeah, there we go. And of course, King of Honey. Of course, he shows up with the Hangman. My card of the day was the Hangman on my Patreon, which let me plug my Patreon as well. I'm doing a giveaway, not of this deck though, but of a different deck, of a deck that's going to be a surprise to anyone in my Patreon. I'm going to do a little raffle at the end of the month. So yeah, if you guys would like to take part in that, let me know. I'm gonna make a separate video on it as well to promote my Patreon and all that specifically, because it's like, honey, I need to make money somehow, you know. So yeah, there you go. That was the walkthrough of the Blood Moon Tarot. You can thank Brant for complaining to me about not getting the walkthroughs that I promised him this week. Tomorrow I will be unboxing for sure. For sure I will be unboxing this one. But I gotta turn on the fan. I turned it off because I was like, it's gonna be too loud. People are gonna complain. Blah blah blah. Well, I don't think people will complain. You know, I think if people are gonna watch walkthroughs, then they don't care what people say. They'll just fast forward through it. But anyways, there is that. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and support me on Patreon. Like I said, I'm doing a little giveaway for the $1 tier and up. I also do daily and monthly and weekly readings there. And yeah, so you'll get Patreon exclusives for me and my content. So yeah, big things are coming. When? I'm not sure. Hopefully soon. Definitely by the end of the... I don't know. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all later. Bye, everyone.